All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end of the year. I am James Thomas. With me is Dave.
Hey, what's going on, James? It's been a while.
It has been a minute. And our guest tonight, or our co-host, Nancy Wilson from Heart is with us again. And Chris Law has joined us again.
Indeed.
Welcome, guys. If you are listening to us, then you are only getting half of the fun because you can watch us now, too. Chris told me not to look in the camera, but I'm going to do it a lot.
He's going to look at the camera the entire time.
I am.
You're all going to be creeped out. I was trying to help you, but...
Just to clear it up for people, there's also an image of me over to the side, so when I look like this, I'm just looking at myself. So, magic of filming. So what we're doing is we are doing the High Potcast end of year show. And
end of decade
show. We get 2 for 1 on the first one, which is, I've done end of year shows. They are tough, and end of decade shows are
even tougher.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and Dave reached out and he said, "Hey, let's do this end of year show," and it made the most sense. We were going to do a party, but we didn't get to the party aspect.
This is a party. This is the only party I need.
This is a party.
The less people, the better.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit of a catch-up. First off, we're in a studio now. People watching us on YouTube clearly know that we're video, but people that listen to us, we are also on video. And we owe all this to Chris Law. Chris Law has made this whole thing happen.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, put a bunch of work into this. So,
yeah.
Thank you.
And
the sound, I'm sure you guys, if you're listening, you're like, holy shit, this sounds a million times better than season 1. So... Yeah.
There's been a lot of work done.
It's been a fun learning experience for me, learning how to do all of this.
Right. Yeah.
Although, I'm going to be the annoying person now. Dave, I'm going to pull you in a little bit towards me. Because I'm going to have to go through and edit this later. And then you have the green behind you.
See, we're all looking at ourselves now.
Yeah. See, and this is what they have to deal with from me.
If you didn't say look, I wouldn't have looked. I've been making a point of not looking.
All right.
Now that you've seen yourself.
Yeah. Now
that we've all looked at ourselves, it's a new thing. It's fun. And then we've been smoking weed while we've been setting this up for like an hour and a half. Yeah. So we're already pretty high when we're going into it. But we're going to catch up. Dave, of course, got me.
Now we have visual evidence of the outline.
I have an outline. This is what I'm supposed to read. And I will.
And I forgot mine. I had to steal hers. So.
Actually,
Dave made enough for all of us.
I apparently missed one. So
no, we were stacked up on top.
She was just doubling up to make sure.
Your font is smaller than ours, is what I see.
It's the exact same paper.
I know, but no.
This is my own personal. I made myself an outline.
Oh,
that's his version of this.
Nancy and I, we make our own personal outlines to supplement the main outline. Fucking outlines.
You are much more prepared than James and I are.
Yes, I know that.
We've come to expect.
Yeah.
That's okay.
This is how we do things. So the outline.
But in your defense, we couldn't set up video, so.
Yeah.
But I also gotta be good for something.
Yeah.
I also couldn't do that, so who the hell knows? For those of you watching, what are we smoking? And Dave, why are you smoking by yourself?
Yeah, I'm smoking by myself. I'm coming down with a little bit of a cold here, so I don't want to get everybody sick for Christmas because that's a real shitty thing for me to do. But once again, fucking Rocky Road.
Rocky
Road, if it's open, if it's late, it's
and,
Rocky Road.
This is called the Mystery Machine. It's an indica, which is kind of different, but I told the lady to hook me up with something that's really fucking good, and she hooked that up.
Nice.
See, you got to be sick with the indica, because everyone here, they're the sativa people. I've always been more of the indica fan.
I'm a sativa person.
See,
it helps me
right.
If I'm trying to sleep, I prefer indica, but sativa for like weekend, afternoon type creativity.
Yeah, I smoke sativa just to write, because it helps me go. It's part of my routine.
See, yeah, I'm a sativa person too. I like sativas, but that's because I like to be up. I don't like to fall asleep. Like if I smoke like an indica, a really strong indica, I just knock myself out. I'm just like. We are smoking on the other end out of a steamroller, which I bought from Freakies. Shout out to Freakies. I bought like a lot of pipes from Freakies over the years. So
Denver institution.
I always sing that when you say that.
You do. It is a Denver institution. Freakies has been around forever. But the we were smoking is limoncello. It's a hybrid from Agati. And I think I said it right. Legati. Did I say it right?
You've got it.
I got it.
I
got
idea.
it.
Hey.
I'm going to assume you're right.
I got it.
IGADI. I got it right this time. So
Thank you, Agati.
Thanks, Agati.
we're sponsored by Agati and Dr. Pepper.
And Coke Zero.
Hey,
And Coke.
And
no,
so
you guys, this is
it's
so many-
7-Eleven.
And 7-Eleven coffee.
Yeti
No,
microphones.
We will take money
and,
from all
and
of
Mickey
you.
Mouse.
And this is
and,
Oh my God.
the fucking Goonies
So many
and Black Dahlia
cease
Murder.
and
This
desist
used
letters
to-
next week now.
This
No,
used to
I'm
be
just
an A&W beer cup, so we're also sponsored by them. Okay, so enough playing with the camera. That's gonna be a different weird part. That we will get up with because the people who are listening online, who listen to our shit, are like, "What the hell are they doing?"
Now it becomes one of those things as somebody who listens to a lot of stuff like podcasts and all of that, where I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, I wish I could see the video. So
Yeah.
for people
listen-
listening at home, you're missing out. on
Check
that.
out these
I
video.
listen to stand-up comedy stations sometimes, and I do hate when they do visual stand-up comedians.
Yeah.
I'm like, why would you play that on there? Like Robin
On the
Williams.
comedy
I'm like,
station?
I have no
Yeah.
idea what's
Yeah.
going on right now.
He's like, "Whoa, ree, ree, ree," and you're like, "What's
Yeah.
happening here? Where's
Or
that
they're doing
going?"
a story about going to the club, and I'm like, well, I'm missing half of it. So,
So,
know your audience.
So we just got mentioned in the same sentence as Robin Williams. So that's a first in my life.
that's a nice move. Who has a lighter?
Usually it's
You have
like
a
those
lighter.
guys are no Robin Williams.
It's weird. We can't do that secret. Well, the other thing that we used to do without the camera is when things needed to be passed or done, like we would do this like look like, hey, pass that shit down. You know what I mean? Or do something, but we can't because
gonna be very
in
You
there.
can. It will just no longer be secret at all.
I'll be like, hey, yeah, I can. You can do it without the words. So, all right, Dave worked really hard on putting these 15 things in a line. So let's look at them.
Microsoft's work did most of the work for me. So.
All right, so what have we been up to? I don't think anybody but Dave has seen Rise of the Skywalker.
Yes. So
yet.
I went to a 40X theater in Denver. So if you've never been to a 40X theater, you get in this seat and whenever the ship moves, the fucking seats move and shit. And then, like, if it's raining in the movie, it sprays you with water. And when it snows in the movie, it snows in the theater.
What?
But no, yeah. So it's called 40X. I saw Solo when I went to LA,
Right.
and the pavilions just opened one. And so as soon as Rise of Skywalker tickets went on sale, I got one for my kid and I, and we went to Rise of Skywalker. And I don't care what the critics say, that movie was fucking awesome. Great fucking movie. It was beautiful. J.J. Abrams is, he's a really visual director.
Yeah.
And he fucking killed it. There's some, like, stunning scenes in there. I really recommend it. And the critics are all shitting on top of this movie, but
See, and my worry is without like going into spoilers, I've heard that it just craps all over The Last Jedi, just throws that out, and then becomes fan service. Which I'm like, I'm a Star Wars fan. I don't mind fan service, but
yeah, they pay fan service and shit, but they pay fan service to the whole universe. They have Ashoka's voice from Clone Wars. They bring her into this. I mean, like, they pay homage to the whole thing. It's not
do
just
they crap over Last Jedi? That's my biggest thing.
they just had to give Rey a different lineage, but
That'll
you can't.
I can give him that.
Yeah,
'cause
they gave her a different
JJ
lineage,
has to
but that
have his
was
mystery box.
Hey, they brought the porgs back, okay? So they didn't crap all over. They brought back the porgs.
There you go.
Porgs. And there was
There are no baby
It was
Yoda.
just a great fucking movie, and the story was tight. The effects, the last battle, like I had told you guys a few weeks ago, that I was really looking forward to that last battle, and
Right.
it totally lived up to it. That last
Paid
battle
off.
was incredible. It was fucking awesome, and there was no Death Star. There was no Death Star about to blow up a planet like 4 movies
We
have
didn't
done
get
so
our
far.
third version.
You didn't get So that was cool. It was a great fucking ending. I think they stuck it. J.J. Abrams did a great job. The end.
Is
Is there a
That's all.
Jar Jar cameo?
No,
I'm just kidding.
no, they didn't. I was looking forward to Jar Jar came, but they did mention Jar Jar's people. Yeah, the Gungans. They mentioned Gungans.
That's
So,
weird.
I mean, they did a great job. I think they did a great job. So I highly recommend it. Don't give a fuck what the critics say. The critics are shitting all over it, but the fan score is like 85%.
It's one of those movies where I
Going
looked
with
at.
mine.
Yeah, no matter what the critics, I'm like the fans are gonna hate it.
Yeah.
Critics, and I'm like, for me, I look at the entire franchise. They've been really cheesy movies with questionable dialogue, questionable writing that have been fun. And so for me, like, that's all it is. And I see some people who have gotten so invested. I'm like,
yeah.
Well, I have fun. I'm not the person who it's like, well, that contradicts
exactly.
if you read this book in the extended universe. I'm like, don't care.
It's the same thing with Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking love Game of Thrones. Even though last season I really enjoyed it. It might not have been my favorite season, but it was still really enjoyable. I'm not going to go and shit all over it.
I feel like people get really hung up on things like continuity, and my issue with that is I'm like, you know what, this is a made-up story, and people were encouraged to be creative.
None of this really happened.
So many things going on in that universe. Yeah. There's no way you could... It's not even fair because different creators made different things. So, in my opinion, you just got to go in and kind of give them the benefit of the doubt and, fill in the gaps yourself a little bit.
Yeah, and they did a good job. Yeah. I think they really did a good job.
It's like, do I get to see Space Wizards? Then I'm sold. It's a successful Star Wars movie to me.
That's all I feel about Fast and the Furious.
I have to adjust in the middle of this because otherwise, James, everyone watching, you're towering over all of us. Because of how the camera is angled.
I'm a giant VC. This is part of doing a live show. So
can we cut this in post? Is that what you say?
We could. We're not that good yet. Well, get us a lot more credit.
Is it because I'm lean to the? Oh, look at it's red alert on. Oh!
Is it like the Star Trek from Universal Studios? All right, you're getting distracted. So Star Wars: Rise of Skywalker, I highly recommend that fucking movie.
Okay,
definitely, and see it in 3D. It's one of those ones that I think 3D really enhances the experience.
See, and that's interesting to me because I'm not like, and I know there are the people out there who's like, I'll never see 3D, which I don't quite get. But for me, I'm picky on it. I like it to be shot in 3D, and I take it this one probably done in post. But is it?
I don't know. I can't tell the difference between that. I just know that it looked beautiful and that it's stunning. It was a beautiful movie.
I think for me the 3D depends on whether or not it's a visual movie.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna go see
The Irishman.
Right. I'm not gonna pay to see that in 3D. But even Avatar, like if you're gonna go see it in 3D,
exactly.
like
Yeah.
that.
So
I'm intrigued by your 4DX. I want to know what other movies play in that.
I've seen
it. If I go to a movie theater,
it was cool. It's a cool experience. Yeah, I've been to 2 of them, and they're both really cool. I saw Solo in 4DX, and even that was fun. So,
do you just go in like? For me, I'm like, I always thought it was silly, but this movie specifically, I was kind of like, do I want to go all out with the stupid of what you can do with theaters?
Dude, go all out. This is the last of the Skywalker movies. You're never gonna have another Skywalker movie. Fucking go all out. Geek out for this movie. It's worth
get that
it.
Vibrating seat. You deserve it.
Exactly. Make
sure all right.
Yeah. So that's my recommendation. I am going to record a longer High Potcast reviews. That'll be up over the next couple days.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. The next thing on this list of things is my first metal show.
All right. Yeah, dude. So a couple weeks ago, it was 2 weeks ago from tonight.
Yeah, it was cool.
We saw As I Lay Dying, After the Burial, and Muir. So, James, I had a great fucking time. I thought the bands absolutely did great. I want to hear what you thought.
I thought it was really cool. It was weird, so a lot of it reminds me of the drum circle, like in California, where it's just kind of tribal when it gets to that tribal point. But what I was most intrigued about, it was a lot of dudes. So now we're live in the venue, which is a pretty cool venue. There's a lot of dudes. That's one thing about metal shows, a shit ton of dudes. It was very metal.
It's definitely more of a sausage fest, for sure.
Yeah.
Isn't that the case with almost anything, though?
That is a common trope of the scene.
But the music was good. I didn't really know what they were saying. But even, sometimes I miss what Taylor Swift says on her first couple songs, and I just listen to beats anyhow. I learn words years after. I know the 3 of you could probably quote all the words to Hamilton. I can do 25%, but I learn it as I go along. I can sing every theme song from 1982 to 1993, but wasted memory.
Different priorities.
Different
Yeah,
priorities.
you
What
could
the
remember
thoughts.
from memory, like the season and episode number of the time Homer said, "Okay, brain, I don't like you, and you don't like me, probably."
Oh, I love that.
But you can't remember
Right.
song lyrics.
Selective memory, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I have the opposite problem, so I get it.
Yeah. So, but no, I liked it. I thought it was cool. People were every person I met there was super nice. You know.
Yeah.
And I actually got out towards the middle when I was walking back from Dave because I go out and smoke on a patio. So I went and like smoked on a patio, passed out a lot of our cards. You know, that was a popular place for people smoking weed. The venue was awesome.
Yeah, I love the Summit. It's such a great venue.
Yeah, I will see some. I'm definitely down to see things at the Summit, and I may go to another metal show. You know, it was cool. I don't have a sweatshirt. Your sweatshirt was very popular.
Yeah, I'm wearing the same sweatshirt, the Black Dahlia Murder sweatshirt.
Every like 6 to 8 people were like, "Hey man, that's the coolest sweatshirt." Hey man, like Dave was getting like sweatshirt pride. It was crazy.
Yeah, I have had this one for probably 10 years, and it's all tattered and shit, and that's, a sign of a good hoodie, good metal hoodie. It's weird. Like, that's, a very popular misconception of metal shows is, like, people are assholes, and they're going to be mean and evil. No, it's a bunch of dudes fucking walking around like, "Hey, do you like your hoodie? Hey, what was your first show? What's your favorite show?" It's just it's very much going to like a Dave Matthews Band concert.
Right.
But, it's more black and a lot heavier.
Well, it's like I remember I had been to a couple metal shows before, but my first festival show, I was living out in Los Angeles, and I forget who all the bands were. I just remember Disturbed came on as a headliner, so that meant I actually got to take a nap after seeing all the other bands all day. But what you said about the community, like I remember being in Circle Pit at Walls of Jericho, and this kid got in and was just overwhelmed and like falls down. And I remember seeing that, and a black kid fell down. This dude tatted up with like Nazi paraphernalia comes up, gets the kid, like helps him up. It's like, "All right, you okay, dude?" Pats him on the back, gets back in. It's the weirdest thing with the metal community. It's like they're the nicest people.
Yeah.
They're scary, and they will kick your ass.
Yeah. Yeah, it's shared experience. Like, there's not a whole lot of metalheads, and you see the same people go from show to show,
Right.
Yeah.
and you kind of build that relationship with them, and it's people take care of each other. Like you said, if you fall in the pit, people will pick you up. If people start getting aggressive and out of line, the crowd will fucking start busting ass and getting these assholes out of the way.
Yeah.
But they will push your ass.
They will push you.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the point though. Like there's guys that come back from shows at work, where I work, and like they're showing proud pictures of like how red their face was the night before. They'll come in, like they're very. It's a thing. I've been to a couple. I had fun. I was younger. I think I didn't totally get it, but my cousin took me to a Guar concert and didn't tell me what that meant.
I'm jealous of that.
And that was the first time I'd ever been to any hard rock concert at all of any kind. So I was kind of pissed. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
For those of you who don't know, they spray shit on you.
Fake blood,
like,
alien
guts.
cum.
They
Yes,
eat
alien-
people.
yes. So, and we were like just in the splash zone, like not like front row or anything, but it was clearly somebody had backed out at the last minute and somebody thought it would be funny because I was into rap and hip hop and pop back then. Well, still for the most part, I'm not gonna lie, but it was very interesting. Even there, once you get over that part, it was okay. It was interesting. I get it. It was very tribal. The next one I went to was a Primus New Year's party, and that was really, really fun because it was a smaller venue. And I really enjoyed them a lot.
See, I think vibe-wise, my favorite metal show I went to was seeing a Death Clock out in Los Angeles when they did one of the live tours. Because I'd say you get the mix of geek and metal culture, but that's always there front and center. But it was interesting. So you have that crowd, and then the people who are just wholly into the geek side of it. So that was interesting seeing that venue because we're all there to see a cartoon metal band that also happened to have I forget all the bands, but like the entire
it's like a
tour.
super group. Yeah. So there is a metal show coming up, a band called Kill Switch Engage, one of my favorite bands. And then one of the opening bands is another one of my favorites called August Burn Red. They are a Christian fucking metal band, but they're awesome. And it doesn't matter. Like, you could be a fucking Satanist, but you will get down to August Burns Red because they throw down, for real. And I know you guys want to take your kid to go see this metal show, so that's the next one. It's going to be great. It's at the Fillmore. It's a bigger venue.
Okay.
I like the Fillmore
Cool.
too.
But I'm so glad you had a good time, dude.
Yeah, that was cool. Thanks for taking me.
See, I personally want to go just to tell Killswitch Engage. I'm still mad at them for Level 1 Frequency in PlayStation 2. Rhythm game. It's, over a decade later.
And that's a perfect, that perfectly moves into what our next thing on David's list is, and it just shows them what projects that we're on.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Because Chris, you took on quite a bit just recently. So tell us all what you're doing with this.
So I decided for some reason that I would want to learn video stuff, and that ballooned very quickly from simply wanting to stream games to going, I'll help them and get all the video set up for all of this. So that's insanity. But one of the first things I'm doing with that is actually have the Nerd Corner. So that's going to be on Facebook. You can check the pages on there. Actually linked off the Mile High Podcast as well as twitch.tv, Nerd Corner, streaming different games on there. Right now, focused mostly on horror, because late at night is when I tend to be up and figure if I'm going to play a game, I might as well stream. I've had people watch. For some reason, they're entertained.
Do you like it when they watch?
A little bit.
Does it make you feel powerful?
But yeah, if you go on there, so gonna have video up on there right now, just doing streaming, but have a couple people that I'm talking with and gonna try to get some original content on there. Some
Nice.
discussion type shows like this.
And it's all going to be a lot of things are going to be based under. So, if you listen to Mile High Podcast, you listen to it as we are produced by a parent company called Truckee Pacific, and a lot of
we're the parents.
We are the parents.
I am my own grandpa.
Yeah. So yes, we are the parents of, and we came after
his little bundle of joy.
Weird. That made it weird, Dave. But no, so we are the parent company.
This company,
right? So if you like Mile High Podcast, you can keep listening to Mile High Podcast. It's going to be Mile High Podcast, but it's ran by Truckee Pacific, and Truckee Pacific is going to give you more offerings that we're all trying. I don't know what's happening over there. Truckee Pacific. Truckee, come on, that's saying it right.
What?
Dave's out. We're one down. Just for the record, I'm Pacific and he is Truckee.
This has now turned into an 80s action movie.
Yeah, so
they're gonna save the president's daughter.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're both cops that got put in jail for the wrong reasons. And we had to break it's basically Tango and Cash. So, if you like this, it will be under the Truckee Pacific parent company. And we're going to have a lot of other things we're trying to do at the moment, including what Chris was talking about and a lot of other stuff. But I was pretty
Another video project coming in for the first of the year. That we can't say much, but...
Oh, yeah. We can talk about the Santori project.
The Santori project, yeah?
Yeah, there's a Santori project coming on. So there's, we're working on a Larry Tinkle documentary.
Tell us about Larry Tinkle.
That's weird,
it's
man.
That guy again.
That's literally what... Yeah, so we got a Larry Tinkle documentary. We got... a Santori project that will be coming up because Mike Santori is definitively moving here.
Are we sure about that?
We are. He has a place to live and everything, so we will.
Well, that's good.
And that's a good way to start. In store for
him. And Dave and I sit on the side of this because we're bulkier guys, and so the good thing is Mike Santori is also a little person like these two, so he'll fit right in the middle. Tony is. And
he's got to sit on your lap.
Yeah. And it worked as the video guy. We were upstairs having a smoke, and I was just thinking, I'm like, all right, they're both broad guys. And eventually James was like, can we just sit on the outside and have half of you cut off? I'm like, I didn't want to say it, but...
I did ask Chris, I was like, why does it take up so much? And he's like, well, you guys are really broad. I was like, oh, that makes sense. Why don't we just sit on the side then, Because,
yeah.
It takes up a lot of that screen. Dave and I would have covered that screen if we were sitting side by side right now, just for the record.
Well, usually the parents sit at the end of the table.
Yes, exactly. So underneath that, we're going to do, I know I'm skipping to the close, but we'll re-promote it in the close because I figured that's what you meant by shows and projects.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah. So it's all intertwined.
It is all intertwined.
Okay. So the other thing that we're going to do is we keep doing reviews. Chris and I actually did a video review of the first 3 episodes of Crisis on Infinite Earth, which you will see on My High Potcast, Truckee Pacific. You'll see it on all the pages. And we'll get a better list of that because I don't have any of those memorized. But it's Truckee Pacific has its own thing on YouTube. So, go to YouTube and look it up. TRUCKEE PACIFI. That was my street.
I found when I was doing streaming, you have to do it basically like car dealership voice. It's TRUCKEEPAC. Oh, no, I can't do it.
Yeah, well, you showed me.
TRUCKEEPACI.
Yeah, so we got to.
Oh yeah, PACIFIC. Yep.
It's like
TRUCKEEPACIFIC. There you go. Go to Truckee Pacific.
PACIFIC.
Wow,
that's not annoying. It's catchy. It's like a jingle. It's like Cars for
TRUCKEEPACIFIC.
See?
Nope.
Yeah,
you got it.
Yeah, without even
now
meaning
you know
to,
about
you got
Truckee
it right.
Pacific.
Wow.
I'm sure you were trying to fuck it up.
It's like the Cars for
You do it,
Kids.
Dave. Do it.
I cannot do it.
You can do it.
My brain nor my mouth can go that fast.
Okay, whatever. Anyhow, so enough of that. But this is all happening underneath there. So we have the reviews for that. Dave said he's going to have the review for...
so I'm doing a review for Skywalker, and then I'm also doing one for The Watchmen. Because finished The Watchmen this week. Well, so we'll talk about that later.
At the end of the last season of the podcast, I had said I was going to come up with a project, and I did.
Wow.
I'm going to do a music one. It will start in March, and I have to figure out, I want a format for this. I want to give a little bit of time, honestly, to pop music, because I know people pretend to hate it, but it's not pop music for no reason. It's because we all secretly listen to it. But then I kind of want to do like a snob corner and spend some time looking at the like local or up-and-coming new genres and from a musical standpoint, because I'm actually really good at musical theory, so it would be fun to get into that.
It sounds fun.
Awesome. So we're also going to do the Disney Afternoons, which is just going to be me talking about what was on the Disney Afternoon. Dave's going to come in and talk about Gummy Bears with me for a little while.
Best theme song in Saturday morning cartoons.
Right, and then we have Dive Bar, which is your project, Dave.
Yeah, so Chris Pace and I are just going to take a subject that we love and just kind of deep dive into it, talk a little bit about the history and then cultural significance, that kind of stuff. It's just it's more of a conversation of stuff we love. Really, that's all it is.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Bunch of cool shit coming out.
Yeah, and we'll be doing a review, either video or just audio or a little bit of both, of the next season of Survivor, because it's their 40th season, and it's an
all-star.
Yeah, it's an all-winner. Every person who's playing
is for Top Chef. Top Chef is All-Stars. I know you guys like culinary shows.
I do like Top Chef.
Yeah.
It's All-Stars this
All-Stars,
year?
yeah.
Nice.
Wow, we're all over the
doesn't
place.
really watch reality TV. I'm just sitting here like...
Both those are great shows. So we're gonna move on to what we're really here for here, which is we're gonna start off with the end of the year, and then we're gonna go to the end of the decade.